everybody, welcome to my channel. Today I am going to read this wonderful book called My Secret Unicorn, written by Jessica Stahl. I hope you enjoy it. Sophia's Secret Unicorn. Sophia always knew her horse Comet was special. It was in the way it felt when their eyes met. It was in Comet's knicker sometimes, mainly though it was that feeling when they rode together like they were one. In the noise of the wind, they could taste total freedom. Their favourite time to ride was late in the moonlight. It was their secret time. It felt like they were the only two in the world. Only Sophia and Comet, galloping together on some mystical half-earth in that enchanting time when even the night creatures are in their beds. One night, Sophia woke up with a sense of urgency. Comet was calling. Somehow, she knew that they needed to ride, that they needed to run. Bridle in hand, Sophia met Comet waiting impatiently at the fence. Dancing and prancing, he would hardly stand still while Sophia put his tack on. The air seemed to shimmer with purpose. There was some kind of magic in this moonlight. As soon as Sophia was mounted, Comet took off. Leaping fences and streams, galloping through paddocks. So fast his hooves were like thunder in Sophia's ears, and the wind was stinging her eyes. Sophia let him run. Comet needed to run. They seemed to be running with a purpose only Comet knew. Through the sound of their breathing and the drumming of Comet's hooves, Sophia began to catch whispers of an uncanny sound on the night air. Comet's ears perked up. He'd heard it too. Suddenly, Comet dropped his head forward, somehow finding a remarkable extra gear, and they were flying like they never had before. The noise became clearer. It sounded like a cry or a scream. Something or someone was hurt. Something was hurt, and they were heading straight for it. Sophia ducked her head and crouched close to Comet's neck as they plunged into a thicket of trees. The moonlight abandoned them under the canopy. They didn't slow perceptibly. The noise grew louder and louder until it was all around them, and then they stopped. Sophia strained through the darkness to see where the horrible sound was coming from, but there was nothing else in the woods. Sophia clicked Comet forward towards a clearing in the trees. Before taking a step, Comet reared. Sophia clung on desperately as Comet began to twirl on his hind legs. Faster and faster until the world was blur. Just as Sophia thought she couldn't hang on any longer, Comet winded. Sophia screamed, and suddenly Comet stopped and all was silent. As Comet stepped forwards into the clearing, Sophia saw something extraordinary in the slivers of moonlight. Comet had a long twisted horn coming from his head. Comet was a unicorn! Before Sophia had any time to celebrate that Comet was a genuine, real-life, actual unicorn, she saw the second extraordinary thing of the night. Another unicorn! A huge white unicorn, right where she had been looking moments before. A huge white unicorn with its legs stuck in a trap. Some barbarian had set it to catch goodness knows what, and it had most certainly caught something. The wounded unicorn was panting and whimpering a little. Comet dropped to his knees in a polite but very clear, "Get off, Sophia. This is where you come in sort of a jester." With soothing words and gentle movements, Sophia approached the hurt unicorn, glancing back. Comet, with his beautiful horn, lowered his chin and nickered softly. The unicorn nickered back. Cautiously, Sophia reached out her hand, and it was met with a tender nuzzle. So she dropped down for a better look at the trapped leg. The trap had done some serious damage. The teeth were clamped deep into the poor unicorn's flesh, and there was quite a lot of blood. Bright blood splashes that looked almost fluorescent against the pure white leg. Gently, talking almost nonsense in the most calming tones she could find, Sophia tried to pull the trap open. It wouldn't budge. Still, using a comforting voice, Sophia sat back and studied the horrible contraption. Sophia could see a huge spring. She knew she wouldn't be able to pry the trap open with her bare hands against that sort of metallic tension. Looking closer, she could see 2 screws keeping the whole thing together. Almost holding her breath, Sophia worked one of the screws out, and then the other, before gently pulling the teeth out of the creature's leg. The wind was still bleeding, telling both unicorns to stay still. Sophia looked about for something to use as a bandage. Taking off her hoodie, Sophia used the sharp teeth of the trap to tear it into stripes, using them as bandages to wrap the wound, bandaging and wrapping until the pressure stopped the bleeding. As Sophia fixed the last bandage, the unicorn nickered her and rose. The unicorn lowered his huge white head until they were face to face, leaning in to give Sophia a gentle, grateful kiss. They stayed like this for a moment that stretched like a magical piece of forever before the unicorn took a few steps backwards, reared, and vanished into the night. As Sophia stood there, still looking into the space the beautiful creature had gone, Comet nuzzled up next to her. Comet and his horn. Sophia's secret unicorn. Sophia and Comet. The end. If you like to get this book for yourself, you can find it here. My Secret Unicorn, a personalised magical story empowering children to problem solve and know they can overcome challenges. The only personalised book that lets you choose your horse or pony. Lots of love. Enjoy reading with me.